Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of The Charming Kingdom. Along Sera's route, we have been, well, basically grounded. We're on house arrest. Stuck in our room with Sera guarding us. All because we talked back to our brother and we wanted to help out in town, cleaning up after a fire. And Sera would not leave us to cry in private because my brother basically demanded that he watch me very, very closely. Let's see where this takes us. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. A few days after the fire in town, I get permission to walk around the palace again. Of course, my time wasn't just my own. Even now, my tutor is forcing me to study. I take notes as I listen to his lecture. He has a harsh tone, but he explains things really well, and he's a good teacher. He might be a good teacher, but he's still really strict. His lessons are fast-paced, but there's a lot of information he needs to teach me. I'm going to have a lot to review today. My tutor warns me to stop daydreaming, and I continue my notes. Thank you. I stand up from my chair and bow to my tutor, who picks up his books and leaves. The room is quiet now that he's gone. Sera left a few minutes ago without saying anything. Sera! Stop neglecting your duties just because I'm with a tutor doesn't mean he's my bodyguard. Where did he go? To eat. He did say he eats during her tutoring. I open the door and peek into the hallway, but Sera isn't there. Sera told me to stay in my room whenever I'm alone, but... leave the room! Let's disobey. Which, for some reason, makes him happy. I should be fine if I stay in the palace. Don't know about that. I sneak out of my room and look around. There's no sign of servants or guards, so I quietly walk down the hall. Suddenly, I hear someone walking towards me. What should I do? There's no place to hide. A maid walks up to me before I can do anything. I hide my panic and walk elegantly toward her. That's right, don't panic. Act like you're supposed to be out here. Do you need something, princess? I can bring it to your room. No, I just wanted to take a walk. Don't mind me. I see. Pardon me. The maid bows and walks away. I was trying to be stealthy before, but as long as I can't find Sera, I shall walk around more confidently. After walking all around my floor, I found the man I'm looking for outside the window. Sera! Sera's standing in the shadows with someone. Is that Kagemitsu? They both have grim looks on their faces as they talk. I wonder what Sera and Kagemitsu are talking about. It could be work-related, but Soshi's the one who gives Sera his orders. I doubt he left me just to chat with someone. What are they talking about? I strain my ears to listen, but I can't hear anything outside of the closed window. I might hear something if I open the window, but Sera might hear the window open. I feel helpless, but I know Sera has his own business to handle. Suddenly, Sera looks up at the window, and I quickly crouch down to hide. But was I fast enough? Did he catch me? He must have sensed he was being watched. Did he notice I was watching him? It's not good to spy, and he probably doesn't want me to see him talking with other people. I quickly head back to my room. I restlessly wait for Sera to come back. After a while, he finally does. Did the tutor leave already? Well, what's it look like? Yeah. I answer quietly so he won't notice my hesitation. I see. It must be tough to have these lessons every day. Sera walks over to stand behind me. Are you testing me? Even after a few moments of silence, he doesn't show any signs of talking about what happened earlier. Maybe he didn't see me at the window after all. That's good. I breathe a sigh of relief and it goes back to being a normal, peaceful afternoon. I need to review the lesson. I look over the material my tutor gave me that I was too anxious to work on before. We're going to work on comprehension questions tomorrow, so I need to memorize the material. Oh, fun. I finish my studies faster than usual. Since everything's done, I have time to spare before dinner. Yay! Sera, can we go outside for a while? Not without Lord Amazaki's permission. Sera answers with a sigh. I knew he would say that, but my shoulders still droop. You're right. I tried to go outside ever since Soshi grounded me, but Soshi won't give me permission to leave the palace, no matter how many times I ask. I let out a big sigh. Soshi and I have had a falling out ever since the fire. I'm angry at him for bringing me to the palace in the first place. But Soshi is the only brother I have. I wish we could get along a little better. I don't think he's even my real brother because he has a route in this game. I guess we'll find out in his route.
Do you want to go outside that much?
Are you going to sneak me out? Sera questions my silence. Yeah, if I could. Moping about it won't get my brother to change his mind. I speak up with a cheerful voice. We don't have to go outside. Will you at least take a walk around the palace with me? Sera is taken aback by my sudden change in mood.
Sure, I don't mind, but why the sudden change?
I just smile at him, and the two of us walk into the palace hallway. What do I have planned?
By the way, are you interested in seeing the palace safe?
I can? I turn to Sera in surprise. The palace has a safe?
You didn't know about it?
No one told me. The only places I know about in the palace are my room, the dining hall, and Soshi's room. I guess the library that Sera told me about counts too, but I've never been there before. Still? Well, I guess it hasn't been that long, huh? We've been grounded since we came back from when you told me about it. Whenever I take a walk with Sera, we usually only go to the garden or admire the art in the halls.
Well, I guess there's no one to tell you. Wait, maybe that's my job.
Sera murmurs to himself.
I'll take you, but it would be a problem if something happened in the palace.
I watch Sera in silence as he crosses his arms and starts to mumble to himself.
I'll show you around the palace today.
I suddenly get excited. Really? That's great! You men haven't had a tour this whole time?
Sure, it's part of my job.
Well, I guess he just decided that. Sera gave me an awkward nod, but he doesn't seem too into it. But I'm happy he's so serious about his work. I'm looking forward to it. Today becomes devoted to Sera's palace tour. Sounds like fun. Whoa! This looks like a storage room. More than a safe. How pretty! This hallway has the biggest paintings in the whole palace. The tapestries are so colorfully detailed with seasonal flowers that they take my breath away.
Girls really like pretty things.
And you don't?
They're not that interesting. I'd rather read.
Nothing's as pretty as me anyway. That sounds like Sera. He must have brought me here because he knew it would make me happy.
If you like it so much, Soshi might give it to you when...
Sera shuts his mouth, but I know what he was going to say. Soshi might give me one of the tapestries when I get married. Thinking about my marriage used to make me feel hopeless, but I'm not sad anymore. I don't know if I've given up or accepted it, but it doesn't bother me anymore. It's just a fact of life. Wow, I didn't know about this place. Next, Sera leads me to the back garden with a large field of green grass. This looks like the perfect place to play. I used to play with beanbags and playing cards, but the neighborhood boys would always run around. They would love to play out here. Just imagining it puts a smile on my face.
Playing in the grass isn't exactly a ladylike pastime.
Huh? Oh, how embarrassing. I quickly try to explain. I'm not going to run around. I was just thinking out loud.
I don't know.
Sera rolls his eyes. It's true. Sera doesn't look convinced. Did you really think I was going to run around the lawn like a maniac? I ask Sera a question as we walk side by side. What do people of high society do?
They dance. You can't dance yet, but I'm sure your tutor will teach you soon.
Wow, my tutor's going to teach me to dance too? The tutor is very smart and teaches my lessons, but he comes off as very passionate and strict. It's kind of depressing to think he'll be teaching me dance lessons too. Why is that depressing? I mean, if he's passionate about it, then that seems like it would be fun.
What's wrong? Do you hate dancing that much?
No, I'm just bad at anything related to exercise. Oh, clumsy. Despite my depression, Sera continues to show me around. Well, maybe it'll help get my mind off things. He shows me the kitchen and even the armor maintenance room. He's about to show me the palace emergency escape routes, but there's a servant nearby, so he postponed that for another day. Sera explains that only certain people know about them. Apparently, Sera found out because he's my bodyguard, but guards and servants aren't usually told about them. You would think guards should be told, maybe not servants, but the guards. I understand why Soshi would want to keep the escape routes a secret, but it's not very practical if there's an emergency. Emergency routes that nobody knows to use in the emergencies. I walk next to Sera with this in mind. Well, I guess it's only for the royals.
Let's go ahead and see this too.
We continue to visit some of the rooms. One of the rooms is as big as the main entrance hall, and it's filled with warm sunlight. Unlike the rest of the palace, this room's floor is made out of wood, and the whole room smells like it. What's this? Sera explains that this is the guard's training room. Huh. I take another look around and see padded armor, bamboo swords, and halberds on the wall. Is this where you train too?
Rather, I teach here. I help the guards with their fighting.
Not anymore, though. You're always by my side, right? Oh, you must be really strong. Would you stop saying that? You've seen the man fight. I walk in front of a halberd and gaze up at it. I heard women use this to fight too. I know that because there used to be a dojo at the small neighboring town next to mine. That must not be a halberd then. It's probably a naginata. They're a little bit different. I don't know what awaits me, but I might have to protect myself in the future. Will I be able to? Let's see. Do women train here too?
Women? Why would women train?
Because we need to defend ourselves as well? Sera gives me a confused look. There were women who trained with halberds in the small town next to mine.
Really? Did you do that too?
No, Sera's reaction convinces me I should train too. Sera, sometime when you have free time, can you teach me how to use a sword? Sera looks grim.
Why would you want to do that?
For fun. I thought it's probably important for me to know how to protect myself.
You don't need to train when you have me.
But you won't be around to protect me when I get married. I wring my hands awkwardly, but Sera's answer is as calm as ever.
That's true. I'll probably go back to being one of the palace guards then.
Sera's answer is so depressing that I can't help but plead with him. Can't you come with me?
Do you want me to go with you?
Yes. My heart skips a beat. I'm not sure what this feeling is. I know if I said yes, I would only cause him more trouble, so I pause for a second before answering. Well... But I can't lie to him, so I nod in silence. Sera looks surprised.
I see. I thought you would be relieved to get rid of me when you got married, but you sure are strange.
Why would you think that? Sera pauses before he explains.
I was originally a palace guard, but I was never good at working with people.
That's what the guards in the hallway were talking about. But they only said that because they don't understand Sera. Sera's quiet, but he's really nice.
Just as the other guards started to complain about me, you came to the palace, and I had the opportunity to serve as your bodyguard. To be honest, the position was forced on me, so my heart wasn't in it at first, but now...
Sera suddenly stops.
Never mind. I shouldn't put my personal feelings into my work.
But I want to know what he was going to say. How do you feel now?
I just said I shouldn't involve my personal feelings.
Sera curtly cuts me off, but I try again. I will not be denied. Do you hate being my bodyguard?
No, I don't.
That's good.
But I can't leave this country. I have something I need to do here.
What is it? What is your purpose? I see.
Well, it's not official that you'll be leaving this country either.
What? What's Sera talking about? That's the whole reason I came to the palace. I don't understand what Sera means, but he doesn't try to explain himself. Well, maybe it means there could be an arranged marriage, but the male stays here. Oh man, it's kind of ruined. This is our thumbnail for the next video. It's what we're starting out with in the next chapter. Oh well, sneak peek. You get to enjoy it now and later. But yay, looks like we're gonna get to train. So, hope to see you there or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.